Hello. I don't know what I was thinking. I hit the button faster than I was ready. That's not untypical of me, is it? Hello. It's Friday night, and that means cocktails and cards. I can stop running over stuff on the floor here. Ooh, I might have to fix my hair now that I'm looking at me. Oh my goodness, I just moved this thing. Why is it back again? All right, how are you guys? So I was swimming this afternoon. It's so cold. I think I might go back to the idea that I can't swim in the winter. It was so I started swimming again. I swam lots and lots during university and got away from it. I am Lori LaRose. I am an active Stampin' Up demonstrator in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta. In case you're like, who are you and what are you doing talking about swimming when we came here? Aw, thanks, Keisha. When we came here to make cards, we'll make cards. I just waiting for a couple people to come on. So cocktails and cards, for me, most of the time, tea. But that's just because I don't get much of a chance. Sometimes funny because honestly, thank you. Honestly, it's sometimes... it's hard to hold up one end of the conversation constantly. Can I just say? Not really hard for me, but I like to pretend. Get me on to, hi Maria, get me on to talking about contacts and glasses and my lovely, wonderful eye doctor. I can tell you stories for eons. Anyways, went for a swim today. Was doing my laps and all that kind of stuff. And then I was just kind of cooling down and stretching in the water, like by doing deep water. Anyways, the bottom line is there's some nice big windows. And so I was looking out the windows and I thought, that is a fair difference. I have now been through 3 seasons of looking out that window, and today's was not my favorite. It was very icy. The wind here, I think the wind chill brought us to very cold, very cold. Okay, I'm going to pop you down. Hi Sheila, how you doing? Yesterday was ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of stamping with me here, techniques, Stampin' Up techniques. And we were on H, and H was for heat embossing. And so if you're keen on it, oh, I don't know what I did there. Sorry about that. Make it bop. They have such a long, you hear me complaining all the time. I wish that they had it this way instead of, I wish it was more square. Square on this rectangle. I wish this rectangle was more square, for goodness sakes. I'm not sure how I guess I can't blame anybody for that. So I'm like bursting at the seams, but I don't want to wreck it for anybody else because nobody wrecked it for me. But then I was gone for this past week. So that's Keisha saying, welcome home. I was away for a visit to my brother-in-law's for a week and down to San Diego. Beautiful place, beautiful fun. And I'm trying to think why I started that story because it wasn't about that. Well, maybe it was explaining that. Oh, why I don't know if other people have already said it. So I don't know if other top achievers in Canada and throughout the States have commented that we got a little package in the mail. So I don't want to tell stories out of turn, but look at this beautiful card that I got. So I was number 8 for leadership with Stampin' Up, and very, very proud of myself. I have been stamping for 22 years. I earned my first trip just a couple years ago to Norway. So fantastic. And then I shot for the Florida trip this year to go to Disney World. So fun. And in doing that, I achieved a top leadership role, and they gave me this beautiful card with a nice little note saying congratulations on your amazing accomplishment. And I'm like, thank you very much. And I'm thinking this is a little sneak peek. I'm hoping, I love this, tulips. Whoa, some of my favorite. I went to school out in Ottawa and had grown up here in a small town and went to a school 3 times the size of my small town. Anyways, there we go. There's enough history for me, about me. Yesterday we were heat embossing. A few days ago, like a month ago or 2, I had made this really fun, okay, so it had to have been a couple months ago because it was the fall time, right? Working with this Changing Leaves background with the 3 different colors. Stampin' Up comes in embossing trios, metallics, and then clear, white, and black as 2 different trios that you can get. And I had played with that idea and it was super fun, I think. I like it a lot. Hi, Judy. How you doing? So yesterday, inspired kind of by this, but wanting to show some heat embossing, I didn't get around to emboss resist, but I sort of pretended and I kind of just made a mess down here. Emboss resist, of course, would have worked for, well, mostly for this. It would have been good. But with all of these pieces, I wanted those to remain white. So, but yeah, so I went ahead with a little bit of the mixed colors for these guys. I'm not completely sold on that. So that guy didn't get glued down. If you think I babble too much, or you're not interested in watching how I get to a card, the way I get to a card finale, I do have an Instagram, and in 1 minute or less, you see the whole and sometimes things get glued down, but lots of my cards do not get glued down. So December 3rd is coming up rapidly here, with this being Friday night. Anytime I'm losing something, by the way, the girls play a game that you can have a little cocktail, and that is always a fun game to play. So if I start losing stuff, you guys can start drinking, just FYI. So if you want to go make a tea, just still waiting for if a couple extra people come on, but not a big deal. I can't wait to color those flowers on that card. Oh, this one. So, okay, you can help me, Keisha. Have we seen this? Is this this is not in the pre-order, is it? Or is it one of the new onlines? So quite honestly, with me planning the trip, I felt a little bombarded with all the new products coming up. We got a pre-release easily 2 weeks early. We got to already start ordering rather. And normally as a demonstrator for years, we used to just have 1 month. Then all of a sudden we had 6 weeks ahead of time. And I had to catch my breath on that. And then at the same time, they also released a whole bunch of online exclusives. So all of that's coming out fast, including 2 amazing kits. One of the kits is going to include a perpetual calendar. And do I have my old one right handy here? Most of us have our perpetual calendars from about a decade ago. They all could use an update, not only with all the chicken scratch of the names that have changed, or people that we don't send cards to anymore, or making room for people. I don't know where mine is. So that doesn't say very much about where the heck mine is. I haven't used mine for a couple of years, let's face it. But the original one was like skinny. And this one, I'm trying to remember how it looks, but I feel like it's more 8.5 by 11 actually, and the right way. And then you flip it over, and it would just hang flipped over. So it's not a top and a bottom calendar. The nice thing about them is that as you turn them over, all the birthdays are all just in a row. There's no weekdays assigned to the dates, so they're perpetual. It's very pretty. It's about $34, and most people think they will sell out pretty instantly. People are going to they'll make a great gift, by the way, so that's awesome. And yeah, January is going to be nuts. It's all a little bit crazy and overwhelming. And so, yeah, so there's a lot happening on December 3rd at 12:01 as well. You'll hear me talking about that on Monday probably as well. Yeah. I am going to make cards with the kids. I'm pretending to push things around so that you know I'm a card maker, but I'm trying to decide what I want to make today. If you guys have a suggestion for me, it would be grand. Yesterday, this really grew on me. Oh, maybe I could put that in here. Maybe that would be nice on here. I had just showed how clear embossing over Versamark is just kind of nice, period. And I felt like I didn't, and again, this isn't the best thing. When it was just sitting there, I'll just leave it there because it looks kind of sweet there. Anyways, I need to do a background like that. So that would be one thing I could do. Not today though, maybe. What do I want to work with? I had an idea. I had a dream, and I don't remember what I was doing. I don't know. I was thinking of doing a little Black Friday sale. Hi, Donna. I saw actually man-made jockey, I don't know what they're called, but anyways, they had a neat sale, and I was like, I should match that sale. But that would involve actually sitting down at the computer and typing something up, and it's kind of bad. So it was flitting. Let's go with that. All right. Okay, so I have been on a kick. Oh, these guys aren't available, so I won't do that one. Dang it. So I'm working with kids. I know I'm telling 6 stories at the same time. Working with kids, and I brought out the cat or the beaver for cards last week. Or 2 weeks ago, I guess now, for my seniors in my community. We make a simple little card and we send it off. So I'm back next week, actually, that's what I was panicking about on December 3rd. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be up at 12:01. If you are local to me, I can help you put in your order. With our Canadian Postal strike, I might be a little bit hard pressed to help you out otherwise. But I can help you, but it'd have to get shipped to you directly regardless. And okay, so this is sort of for you anyways. Sorry. Pausing for a moment. You know what? It is so cold out. I'm going to do something with Latte Love. Funny because evidently I want to do something with Latte Love. I just pulled this out and I'm like, oh, I could do this. Well, of course, this is supposed to be this one. I'm wondering if the size would work. But between cinnamon sticks and candy canes and gingerbread men, this is totally more than autumn. It is made for Christmas time as well. Even though none of these words say Christmas in them, hey? But anyways, it was very smart of them to throw in a couple of those to extend that, hey? Love that. I like this set a lot. And then the dies are fabulous as well. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll work with this one instead. I love it. And I'll try and make it Christmassy. So I have a little brain in my head. Come, Lori. Come and make some thoughts here. Okay. We're going to need the black. And we are going to need... So Stampin' Up! Decided not to ship anybody's parcels for a while from the middle of November. Once the strike was announced for the post office, Stampin' Up! Was like, whoa, we're not sending anything. I guess a few people, unbeknownst to me, actually get their Stampin' Up! Orders via Canada Post. I never had heard of that. Anyways, they got that straightened around and things are starting to ship again. So if you placed orders a couple weeks ago, your demo is not blowing smoke up your butt, pretending like, oh yeah, we didn't get our orders. They're not shipping them. They really weren't, just FYI. Your demonstrator is not lying to you. I have actually a couple of my team members actually were touching base with me asking, what is going on? Why haven't I gotten the, like, what's going on, basically? Hi, Susan. And I'm like, well, yeah, basically, lots of times information's not as readily available as we'd like to pretend it is, hey? So that's what's going on, everybody. There was a delay in our stamps from about, I don't know if November 13th was affected, but November 15th was affected. Maybe both of them. Anyways, I was supposed to get delivery of one thing today, but I think the roads were bad, and so I believe there was another delay. So it's kind of crazy. I was at picking up a different parcel today, and somebody was sending a piece of paper, perolator, for $47 out to New Brunswick. And I'm like, holy crap, that's a lot of money. All right, so I'm going to try and figure out what I'm going to do here. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make a whole background. I have not worked with this set for a long time. I wish I had a couple of my cutest cards from this. I am going to, I think I'm going to cut these out, but I don't think I brought a big enough piece over. Oh, this one does. Oh, no, just not wide enough. All right, so I'm using this as a scrap piece of paper, obviously. Okay, here we go. Loop-de-loop. First stamp of the day. And I haven't lost anything yet. Go ahead and have a drink. I've lost my marbles sometimes, so go for it. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to stamp this a couple times, maybe 3. Maybe I'll only use it once, but I'll color at least 1 or 2 of them. So fun. And then I think I'm going to stamp one of these inside. This little saying is so cute. It says, Christmas is better together. And it is from the Reindeer Fun. And I really like it. If you notice me pulling sort of, okay, it might not look like I was doing it gently, but I was not just yanking at it. I was having to be kind of aggressive because it was pretty sticky still. Oh, you know what? I don't think I want to stamp this in black. Look at that. I do not want to stamp that in black. Back in black. I want my baby back. Seems like a lot of repetition of the same word in that one, hey? Okay, not black. Pecan. Cinnamon cider's gone. Pecan is not on my shelf. Copper clay is though, so we'll use copper clay for the coffee. Whoa, all right. So my new little present that I'll show you next week. I cannot believe that everybody else wouldn't have this, but I'll give one more day and then I will show. I'm so happy for myself. Hope that doesn't sound braggy, but I was pretty thrilled. I've never been a top performer before. All right. That is so pretty. Okay. I have had a bit of a challenge in my mind's eye. Is the coffee lower? Yeah, I guess it's like lower. Okay, I'm going to color and I'm going to stamp another one. I really like these hearts. So I was telling my friend, I don't know how many of you guys were privy to me when I was stamping the little fish. And I was like, oh, I can show you guys how to do reverse stamping with the fish so that you can have them facing each other. And I did a whole thing of how you do reverse stamping by transferring the image from one thing to another. And meanwhile, exactly with this, the fish looks exactly like this. This is one way. Hello. This does the reverse. And the fish is exactly the same. I don't know where my mind was that day. So in this one, I can kind of do a reverse by just stamping this the other way. So I have a left-handed daughter, so I'm cognizant when I draw her hearts on her coffees that she's going to be drinking with her left hand. Now, I may be cognizant. That doesn't mean that I actually nail it the same all the time. I actually was thinking I was paying attention, but they were both kind of, I didn't have them set up like this. I had them basically like this on the counter. And I was doing it, and I was like, in my mind's eye, I was like, oh yeah, this is Ariana. So I did a little art thing, and Genevieve's, and did her art thing. And then I went to grab them, and now get that this was Ariana's left-handed girl, and this is the others. And I was like, and one takes sugar, one doesn't. So of course I couldn't, I was like, okay, just so you know, I was thinking about you. My brain had a little blip. Let's just go with that. Okay, I'm going to do this in red. I'm not sure what you're laughing about, Susan, because I just seeing that you're laughing, but I'm not surprised that you're laughing because it's me. Oh, me turning off the lights all the time. Come on. Oh, sexy lighting. So I was at Columbia. Wow. What is going on? Come on, lights. Oh my goodness, you guys. That is not the right light. That's sad. That's better, but something's wrong. Oh well, that's okay. We'll go with it. Columbia has the nicest change rooms. My brother-in-law has a discount there, so we went shopping. So I got a beautiful raincoat, actually. I was so in need of a raincoat. I was wearing a raincoat supposedly one day, except it wasn't a raincoat. Can I just say? I was soaked to the skin. It's cold. It's stink. And so when we got the chance to go down, I'm like, I'm so looking for a raincoat. That'd be so awesome. Thank you very, very much, kind of thing. And anyways, we went into the change room, and they had full-length mirrors, beautiful mirrors. And then they had, and I don't know if your mom's had them, makeup mirrors in the old days, a little tiny stand, and had the 2 columns of lights and a little dial. And it went from evening to daylight to office. I think it even had office back in the day. This one had office, outdoors, and evening. And it was honestly, it was very, very cool. You could also dim them. So not only could you change the lights from one thing to another, you also could dim them and brighten them. So anyways, I put mine on outdoors because I wanted to see so anyways, I got a great coat. I'm excited. It does say it's waterproof. I have not tested it yet because it has been snowing since I got home, not raining. I'm hopeful that Columbia is a good brand and it will be good. I'm hopeful and excited that it's going to be brilliant. I also got, my one girlfriend has been saying to me for years, you need to get a zip fleece. And I was like, that sounds like a good idea. As I'm pulling the dang thing over my head always, you know what I mean? And so I did. If you are wondering, how am I coloring this? No rhyme or reason. Let's go with that as a story for you. So rim and then pretending like we're filling it up. I think that's the right idea. At first it seems like, why wouldn't you have that to the top? But in reality, when you're looking down at a cup, obviously you have the rim, but you also have the inside of the cup. Somebody can tell me if this is even available anymore. The last chance one, it might be on the last chance one. So the deal with the last chance list is it's going to be all catalogs, although I don't think anything, I hope not anyways, but later in the month, on the last chance list, that is where all things will be listed. And then as they disappear, they're gone forever. I think, and we'll see fully after the catalogs go, but instead of it just being for 1 month, literally something from the winter catalog could actually be there still on February 4th if it was still available, kind of thing. Just as the clearance rack currently still has about 8 items on it. Those are not disappearing kind of because they're not disappearing. We'll see a refresh on those. And I believe, I would like to think that some of those ones that are still on there will get marked down drastically. So if you sort of had an eyeball on a couple of them, possibly at this point I would wait until December 3rd. And if they get marked down more, you get to grab them. I always recommend taking a peek at the thing. Last night when I was doing the clouds for that little card that I was showing you, those were from a die that we made. My main reason for the die, it wasn't necessarily the reason for the die. The main use of that die has become as a, not a mask. Would it be a mask or a stencil? One of the two. To make clouds, essentially. And so I always say, if you can get standalone dies and purchase them, go for it. Because they're a great investment in your tools, by the way. Just because they're not available anymore, they're not available anymore. Those are gorgeous. I think I'm just going to do 2 friendly cups with whatever I think I'm going to end up doing. So this does have dies. It has 1 die to cut that out, but it also has a little circle that we had paper and you could cut out. They had these things in the paper. You also could, if you decided you wanted to, you could cut that out and have it, like I could cut another one out and put that over top kind of thing. There's also beans, obviously. And I love these little small cups. They're fantastic. And how do you get a reverse of them is that they actually give you 2 of them. I'm being sassy with myself. I honestly have no idea how I did that day. I'm not thinking. So I have my little shot there, but my my Miss Boss, but she is often without her plates. I'm not quite sure why. Well, because it's me. So have a drink, because I have no idea where the plates are, so I'll have to run over. And then, you know, while I'm over there, I think I might turn this into a Christmas card with the use of some, hey Cheryl, with the use of some, hello other people that were joining us. I'm sorry I didn't see you come on, so of course you disappeared on me. If you say hi, I'll try and say hi to you. I'll be like the romper room lady. Romper, stomper, bomper, boo. Tell me who. Tell me who is watching now. Who's out there in the audience? How? So, while you're waiting, I'll show you a springish card with this set. Sorry, I banged that. How fun, hey? I love this set. So that's a different point of view of these cups. That's what I kind of like about this one, is it's got both of them. And then This set does not have marshmallows. I'm sure we'd be able to fake out some marshmallows somehow. And possibly working with. I think I told the story, and most of you probably have heard it, but I'll say when I was stamping with the other one, the More Than Autumn set, with the school, the kids were all making, I was like, do you want foam or do you want marshmallows? And just about everybody's like, foam, marshmallows, foam, marshmallows. Okay, everybody except one little boy. I'm going to make ice cubes. And I was like, well, not wanting to, rain on his parade. I was like, well, yeah, okay, but they're not really. I'm thinking, well, why aren't they ice cubes? Like, really, they could be ice cubes. And so I was like, yeah, they could be ice cubes. But the thing was, they wouldn't be floating along the top kind of thing, right? But they could. Anyways, I didn't want to rain on his parade. So I was like, yeah. And I don't think this set's still available. Sorry. I'm trying to get some paper now. Some DSP. I think that's how I'm going to turn this guy into a Christmas view. I know there is one really pretty, here it is, set. I did not open this one yet. I'm going to, I like it. I'll bring this over too. Sorry, talking to myself with my head down. Okay, this might also kind of work, but not really. Oh, this is fun too. So many fun pieces. Oh, and then of course that one. Okay, coming. So he's like, when he came up to me at the end, he's like, look at my card. I was like, oh, I'd love to look at your card. Hold on, I need to drink my tea. My little voice. I'm like, I'd love to look at your card. And I look and I'm reading it, and I'll show you a visual, not of his card, but in here, right? So they're coloring this. And they're coloring it. And then most of them are writing coffee or tea or lattes, or I think they were even writing lattes, hot chocolate, you know what I mean? And he points, he's like, look. And so I read, and his says, tasty, icy coffee, or icy, tasty coffee, or something, basically he put icy in there so that the person that got that card would know that they were getting an icy treat. Really, I think the main reason I was hesitating is because whatever word I used, it was saying sending warm wishes, and he was having an icy drink. It just didn't seem right. Anyways, love this little one. Love this card. Love this set. Okay, here we go. So I think this will be too busy as a background, but this would be like, whew, time for a coffee break while you're wrapping presents. Yeah, that's actually really cute. Or making the Christmas tree. Look at how nice those look, hey? Like it. Okay, I'm going to cut this just a minute. It's perfect. So this is 375. No, 375. So I'm cutting this 3 3¾ by 5. And I need some big white circle or something. Maybe a big square. This might work. This one works okay just like that, I actually think. So that could work. So that's one card option, hey? And you could actually even find, this is a little bit not quite right, but if you had a little Christmas tree in behind here, it would be like, oh, trimming the Christmas tree. And then you could have trimming the Christmas tree. Time for coffee. That's what they need to have on here. Grateful it's finally coffee time. But anyways, okay. So the idea in my mind would be take a break. And then inside you can maybe have a coffee card. Like a money card kind of, right? Yeah, that one's kind of cute. And then what I'm thinking though here is this guy. So I'll put this on here. This as well. How is this glued on here? Because it's really bad. I must have purposely, I don't know. Must have been gluing it speedily. Or maybe I went to. This is actually very pretty as well. But I do think this is going to need to have. So I would diamond this up so it was more of a diamond or circle. Put that on there, and then love a bow. What happened to my bow? Have a drink, you guys. I've lost my bows. Here it is. I don't want a lot for Christmas. I think this is Christmas wishes. Christmas morning happiness. That's kind of cute. So. Also have a tree in here still. Bum, 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 bum. So when I'm making these cards, when you see a little idea, snap your screensaver or whatever you call it, and then work on it from there. Because obviously mine are never finished, but they've all got potentials. Hi, Connie. So they've all got a little bit of potentials, and meanwhile your mind is snapping and you're like, that would be great, but I would totally use this shape or that shape, or I'd pull in, I've got this wreath right here, say for instance, you know, you could pull, this is totally a different year obviously, but you know what I mean, like there's wreaths and all sorts of stuff, or maybe, ooh, I don't think so, maybe a red Christmas tree in behind here. That's kind of fun. It's kind of silly and fun, right? So yeah, when you see an idea that takes hold in your brain, be like, that's it. That's it. Okay, I have to say, I'm going to steal this guy because I like him. Scratch. Put this guy up here and put a couple coffee cups here. Send in hugs. You know it. So I'm kind of hiding. I want to hide the leaves essentially. So I'm just working with ideas of what's loosely around my house. That's kind of nice, eh? You guys can vote with little hearts and be like, yeah, redo that one. So do this in gold instead of the copper. Have a little tree. Oh, I've got a ribbon there. Never mind. That, I like that one too. Sorry, I'm moving it up. Then I'm moving it down. I love sending hugs, a cup, right? A mug, a hug in a mug. I'm a hug in a mug. Yeah, hug in a mug is nice. So that's kind of fun. This kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower. For some reason or another today, that looks like the Eiffel Tower to me. So that's not working for me. How about this one? That's kind of pretty. I'm kind of trying to figure out, can I somehow... Oh, that's nice. That's it. That's the ticket. Move the whole thing up a little tiny bit. So I would take out the leaf there so that wouldn't be there. But otherwise, that's kind of... And move that guy. And I think that's kind of nice. Oh, snap that picture. I like that one. Okay. All right. And then final one. That one might be my final one. Actually, I kind of like it. It's got the right feel. So let's see what this one does. So sometimes I like the bigger space. Definitely with a 3 3/4 by 5, I'd have room if I wanted to. I could put a short red one around and put it on a white. Just pretend here for a second. Oh, here. Or I could, oh, this is too small. Or I could put it on a white on the red. I could put it kind of, green is kind of tricky, but white. Or I was thinking, if you imagine just watching this corner here, I could have it on like a red background on a white card. But sometimes it's nice to have the little extra space. Kind of depends on what is, kind of just depends. And this one I think might be. So it's been a busy shopping day, time for a coffee. Maybe you could send this to a friend, hand it to a friend as you're having coffee with them. Meet me at the mall while you're shopping, friend, and let's get together. I do believe that when you put them on, they're not bad, but I think they need a little something to ground them in behind here. Might be, it could be just as small as even having, maybe even just a small piece. Not quite enough grounding. This one's a little bit wider. Not bad. Still not probably quite enough, but if we got some words coming in here, and I'm just keep working with this Christmas wishes because it's nice, but not quite enough grounding still, I don't think. Not quite. There is a wider white, and I'm curious if it's that I don't like the white and I need color or what. But let's see. Let's do this. This could be the ticket. And I like the idea of covering those guys, overlapping them, I think would be the word. That's kind of nice. Imagine that's cut off. Oopsie doo-doo. And then a little, put it up enough that I can put my ribbon on here. That's okay too, hey? Hello, Cheryl. And then again, I'm really liking pairing these little trees actually. But see, that's too, he's like poking up. Hello, hello. He's like a dolphin in the sea the other day. I think he needs to be more part of the scene. And I think he probably would be better if he was the larger of these guys. I only have a pink one of that right now. I also think these are totally not the right color for what I'm doing, but these are kind of pretty, hey? So that is the Frosted Forest masking bundle, and that might be the nice right size, all beautifully done in there. And again, I would put them over top, not in this color. Don't snap this. You'll be like, what the heck was I thinking taking that picture? Why did she tell me to snap that? But the idea, the layout is kind of nice. I'm kind of thinking. And it could also be the other way. I love my words on this side. So let's see if I can figure out with my left-handed daughter. There. There, I like that. Okay, that would be green, just so you know. Don't be crazy. I make you really stretch your imagination, just so you know, when you play my games. And you can drink, and that helps your imagination. All right, hold on a second. I'm just looking here to see if I can find a green tree, but I don't think I can. Nope. Okay, shy of that. Slightly different look, and then I'll let you guys go. Oh, this is fun. I just found that. This is from an old card, actually. And I must have thought, I don't know. Oh, I'm missing a little gem there, but that might be. Let's get rid of all of this and try this little gem. Not sure about that. I would need it to be more. Let's do it this way first. Like 3 circles, maybe. 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas. And a tree. I don't know. What do you guys think of that one? Okay. What was I going to do? This guy. One last one. This one might be it. Would you have that behind the tree? Maybe. Dun, dun, dun. Christmas wishes. That's not bad. The idea with the tree is great. I like it. I like it as well. This one works some of the times. I actually don't mind him being behind there. I think this size is just a little bit nicer, is why I was pulling in that crazy guy. And you definitely could make a funky tree. You could take this idea for next month in January, not next month, but the next month basically, and do a pink one and just take out this DSP and put some new funky color. There are also 3 new DSPs coming out. I believe they are coming out December 3rd as well. 92% sure they're coming out. And they're going to be quite jazzy. Look at what I just found. So you'd be able to, I can leave that actually. You would be able to pull in, I need purple, but you'd be able to pull in a crazy fun and pretend these coffee cups were different colors and be like, what? Waking up in the morning time, thinking of my friend. Let's have a coffee. We can't always be together, but thinking of you, friend. Oh, that is fun. I love this background. It is not available anymore. This is a segue to have no regrets. Buy everything on the clearance rack. In full truth, touch base with me if you ever are wondering, what should I get? I am so honest with you. As you can tell, I would not buy some things. If you like them, I hear that and I judge accordingly. Oh my God, I love this pink. All right, that is bubblegum. That's fun. This tree has some bubble gum in it, so that's cool. I have to say my funnest one, and this one would work as well. I think if I put this sending hugs in here, sending hugs with presents, not as strong of a feeling though. So I don't like this one as much as the other side. This one needs to have some sort of like shopping reprieve. But let's go with this one for a final look. Pretend again, no leaves there. The leaves aren't bad. I could kind of work with them. Do you know what I mean? Like they're fine, but they're just not necessary. And then this one did work really nicely with this tree. And we've got the hugs and everything's a go. It's kind of fun. That just has to be gone. But I think that's my favorite one. So I'll leave you with that. I wish you a very, very wonderful, happy, fabulous weekend. I'm putting up my Christmas tree. Are you guys? Are you already up with your Christmas trees? I got to go hunt one down. I was going to go today, but like it's like minus 17 plus wind chill. Blah! And so I waited. And tomorrow is supposed to be like minus 6. So I am hopeful of that for sure. And I'm going to go out and pick a tree. Bless my mom. She's like, could you find me one too? And I'm like, you haven't had a live one in years. She's like, I think I'd like a live one. Oh, yay, Sharon. I'll stop by and see it. And she's like, yeah, I would like a live one for downstairs. So I was like, well, perfect. I can chop down another one for you tomorrow. So I'll be hauling 2 trees home tomorrow. Think of me through the over hill and over dale. Your challenge, if you're wondering why I went away for a second, I spied this one, and maybe because I was just at the beach picking up some shells, but I challenge you guys again, find a stamp set that is not Christmassy, and I double points for this guy. If you pull up a seashell one and make a seashell-y one look Christmassy, it might take a little tiny smidgen more than just Christmas wishes, but maybe not. Blue is blue. Actually, I have an idea here. But definitely this set was not supposed to be Christmassy, but as soon as you put it in a red mug and put Merry Christmas on there, so make it, turn it into a non what it's supposed to be. Happy Hanukkah. Yeah. So it can be a Happy Hanukkah card too. Now that one is beautiful. But yeah, post your... Thanks, Sharon. Post your cards over on Creativity for Everyone. Get them up over the weekend. You'll get in for the spinny draw and for a chance at the limelight, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, make a non-Christmas set turn into a holiday card. I'll say holiday in this case because of the Happy Hanukkah. If you're wondering offhand, this is an old stamp set, alphabet stamp set that I loved. It wrote in cursive. And it looks like it's like, oh, da-da. So that's an alphabet set from the old days. So that's how I got the Hanukkah there. All right, ladies, I will let you go. Have a fantastic weekend. Like I said, happy trimming of the trees or singing of the carols. And I will see you back here Monday night, live at 8. It'll be great. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.